You have enough money to quit your job tomorrow. It's not a hypothesis. It's not a daydream. You've sat down and done the math. You know the numbers in your account. You know you can live simply and comfortably without a company paycheck anymore. But every Monday morning, you still drive to the office. It's not because you love the job. It's not because you need the paycheck. It's because of one thing. 3 words that no one in the finance industry wants to tell you straight. Health insurance. You're 61, 62, 63 years old. Medicare only starts at 65. And that gap, 2, 3, 4 years, feels like a trap with no way out. Quitting means buying insurance on the open market yourself. And you've seen the prices. Those numbers made you close the tab and never look back. Millions of Americans are doing exactly what you are doing. They are exhausted. They are ready. They are just waiting for their 65th birthday, like waiting to be released from prison. But here's what I want you to know today. That trap isn't locked as tight as you think. There are specific strategies to bridge that gap. And if you plan correctly, you can retire 2 to 3 years earlier than you thought possible. That is today's video. Hey, I'm Alice from Money Blueprint. Let's tackle this trap together. First, let's look straight at the numbers, because this is why the trap is real, and why not everyone can just ignore it. If you leave your job at 62 and need to buy health insurance through the ACA marketplace, the average premium for an individual age 60 to 64 in 2026 is around $700 to $1,200 per month, before subsidies. A couple of the same age, $1,400 to $2,400 per month. That's $16,800 to $28,800 per year just for insurance, not including deductibles, co-pays, or out-of-pocket costs when you actually use it. To compare, when you work for a large company, they might be paying $15,000 to $20,000 per year for your insurance while you only contribute $2,000 to $4,000. You are receiving a benefit with real value that you don't see on your paycheck. And when you quit, that invisible benefit disappears completely. This is why, according to the Kaiser Family Foundation, about 20% of Americans aged 55 to 64 say that health insurance concerns are the main reason they haven't retired yet, despite being financially ready. 1 in 5 people. That's millions of people working not because they want to, but because they are afraid. Now let's talk about practical solutions. There are 5 strategies to bridge the gap from 60 to 65, and you can combine more than one. Strategy 1, COBRA. Short-term but worth knowing. If you just left your job, COBRA allows you to continue keeping your old company's insurance for up to 18 months. The good news, this is the same coverage you currently have. The bad news, you have to pay the entire premium, the part the company pays, plus the part you pay, plus a 2% administrative fee. COBRA is usually more expensive than the marketplace. But if you have chronic conditions, are in the middle of treatment, or want to keep the doctors you have, COBRA can be worth it during a short transition phase. Use the first 12 to 18 months to stabilize, then switch to the marketplace when you've had time to plan. Strategy 2, AC. A marketplace with subsidies. This is the core strategy. This is the part most people overlook, because they see expensive premiums and close the tab. But they don't look at the most important line, the premium tax credit. ACA subsidies are calculated based on your modified adjusted gross income, MAGI. If your MAGI is below 400% of the federal poverty level, you are eligible for subsidies. In 2026, 400% of the FPL for one person is about $60,240. For 2 people, it's about $81,760. This is what changes the entire picture. When you retire early, your income might be much lower than when you were working. If you are withdrawing from a Roth IRA, those withdrawals don't count toward MAGI. If you are living on savings that are not tax deferred, your MAGI can be very low. That means large subsidies. Real world example. A 62-year-old couple in Ohio with a MAGI of $40,000 could buy a silver plan with a premium of about $200 to $300 per month after subsidies. Not $2,000, $200 to $300. That number is completely manageable. The bottom line, to optimize A subsidies, you need to proactively control your MAGI in the years before age 65. This is called MAGI management, and it requires strategically planning withdrawals from different accounts. I will say more about how to do this in a moment, but first I want to ask you something. If you are in this situation, you are financially ready to retire, but are being held back by health insurance. What age are you and how many years do you have left until 65? Drop a comment below. I want to know how big of a gap this community is facing, and your answers will help me make subsequent videos more specific to your exact situation. Strategy 3. MAGI management. Controlling income to optimize subsidies. This is the strategy that needs to be planned the earliest, ideally 3 to 5 years before the date you intend to retire. MAGI includes salary and wages, taxable Social Security benefits, traditional IRA/401k withdrawals, capital gains, interest income. MAGI does not include Roth IRA withdrawals, health savings account withdrawals, used for medical expenses, return of principal from non-retirement savings. Practical strategy. During the bridge years from 60 to 65, you can structure your income to keep MAGI at the optimal level for subsidies. For example, live primarily off Roth IRA withdrawals and cash savings. Withdraw the minimum from traditional 401k, just enough to supplement Roth money, and postpone selling assets with large capital gains until after age 65, when Medicare already covers you. An important warning: there is an income cliff in the ACA. If your MAGI exceeds 400% of the FPL by even $1, you lose the entire subsidy. This is the trap that people who don't plan fall into. They sell an investment, creating a $5,000 capital gain at the end of the year, and suddenly lose $10,000 in subsidies. Working with a tax advisor or fee-only financial planner to track your MAGI during these years is the most worthwhile investment you can make. Strategy 4. Part-time work with benefits. The Starbucks option. Not everyone wants to completely stop working at 62, and no one says you have to. Working part-time 2 to 3 days a week can solve both problems at once, giving you structure and purpose while covering health insurance. Starbucks is famous as the case many people mention. They offer benefits to part-time employees working at least 20 hours a week, including health insurance. Similarly, Costco, Trader Joe's, UPS, FedEx, many hospital systems, and some government jobs. This is not for everyone, but if you don't mind doing lighter work for a few years, and if that work covers health insurance, you can retire from your main job earlier while still being protected. And more importantly, low income from part-time work can help you keep your MAGI in the eligible range for ACA subsidies. Strategy 5. Health sharing ministries. Understand clearly before using. This is an option I need to speak straight about both the pros and cons. Health sharing ministries like Liberty Health Share or Sedera are organizations where members share each other's medical costs. They are not insurance in the legal sense. There is no guaranteed payout, they are not regulated like insurance, and they often have restrictions regarding pre-existing conditions. Monthly costs are usually significantly lower, maybe $200 to $400 for one person compared to $700 to $1,200 for an ACA plan. But if you have a chronic condition, need major surgery, or unfortunately face a catastrophic illness, the risk of not having guaranteed coverage is real. Health sharing ministries are best suited for very healthy people with no significant pre-existing conditions and enough savings to cover themselves if things are not reimbursed. This is not a choice for people with heart disease, diabetes, or ongoing conditions. Now, I need to say something that most people don't know. This will change how you think about Medicare. Medicare is not free. I know. You've paid Medicare taxes throughout your career. You think you've prepaid already. And regarding Medicare Part A, hospital coverage. It's true that most people don't have to pay a premium if they've worked at least 40 quarters, but Medicare Part B, doctor visits, outpatient care, has a premium. In 2026, the standard Part B premium is $185 per month per person. For two people, that's $370 per month, $4,440 per year. And if your income is higher than a certain threshold, you have to pay an additional IRMAA surcharge, income-related monthly adjustment amount. With a MAGI over $206,000 for a couple, the total Part B premium can be up to $500 to $600 per person per month. Medicare also doesn't cover everything. There is no traditional out-of-pocket maximum in original Medicare. Dental, vision, hearing, not covered. Long-term care, not covered. This is why the majority of retirees need either a Medigap supplement plan or Medicare Advantage, and both have additional costs. Medigap plans cover the deductibles and copays of original Medicare. The 2026 premium for the most popular Plan G is around $100 to $200 per month, depending on age and location. Medicare Advantage, Part C, is an alternative offered by private insurers, usually with a $0 premium, but with network restrictions and prior authorization requirements, different from original Medicare. Bottom line, even after 65, average healthcare costs for a retiree are estimated at $157,500 per person, according to Fidelity's 2024 estimate. And that number for a couple is $315,000 throughout retirement. This is a cost you need to factor into retirement planning, not assume it disappears after your 65th birthday. So what does the big picture look like? If you are age 61 with $800,000 in retirement savings, ready to quit, but afraid of healthcare costs in the 4 years until Medicare, here is the framework to think about it. Years 1 to 2. Use COBRA if you have ongoing treatment needing continuity. Continue setting up Roth conversions in these low-income years to optimize for the future. Years 2 to 4. Switch to the ACA marketplace. Manage MAGI carefully to maximize subsidies. Combine Roth YERA withdrawals and taxable savings to keep income in the optimal zone. Consider part-time work if you want structure, and can find an employer with benefits. From 65 onwards, enroll in Medicare, Part A and B on time. The late enrollment penalty is real and costly. Choose between Medigap with original Medicare or Medicare Advantage, based on your health needs and location. Budget for dental, vision, and potential long-term care. Realistic cost estimate for the bridge period. If you manage MAGI well and qualify for substantial ACA subsidies, the total healthcare cost in the 4-year bridge period could be in the range of $20,000 to $40,000 for one person, $40,000 to $70,000 for a couple. Those are real numbers, manageable, and can be planned for, not the numbers on the ACA page before subsidies that make you panic and close the tab. This is what I want you to take away from this video. The trap isn't health insurance. The trap is not knowing you have options. Not knowing that ACA subsidies can be dramatic when you no longer have a company salary. Not knowing that Roth withdrawals don't count toward MAGI. Not knowing that there are employers offering benefits for part-time. Not knowing that sitting with a fee-only financial planner for 2 sessions to plan a bridge strategy could save you $50,000 to $100,000 in your timing decision. Information is the key, not luck. Not a few more years of exhausting work. You've worked long enough. The question isn't whether you deserve a rest. You do. The question is whether you have a plan to do it smartly. Now you have the framework to start. If this video opened a door you thought was closed, subscribe to Money Blueprint. I am building this channel for exactly the person at this stage of life. The person who has worked hard, saved up, is trying to navigate the most complex decisions of retirement, and deserves to hear straightforward information with no agenda. Every subsequent video I make, I think of the person sitting in their car after work and wondering, how much longer do I have to do this? This video is for you. Please leave a comment. What age are you? How many years left until Medicare? And what is holding you back the most? I read every comment, and your answers help me make the next video more useful for your specific situation. I will see you in the next video.